Coefficient of determination concept, understand it first. So put your pens down. Coefficient of determination is R square. Coefficient of determination is R square. And R square is equal to R square is equal to R square. Okay. Thanks to Carl Pearsons, thanks to C.F. Ross, Francis Galton, these are the people given this answer. Now, what is this small r? Chota bhi, who said this? What is this small r? Correlation coefficient. Last chapter we studied that. So capital R square is equal to small r square. In short, coefficient of determination. Coefficient of determination is equal to correlation coefficient square. Now, why do we find this? Understand it. Okay, if your r square comes between 0.5 and 1, then we will say that assumption of linearity is valid. And if your answer of modulus r square comes between 0 and 0.5, then we will say that assumption of linearity is not valid. Now, what is all this? Understand the concept. See, regression means we are going to find the estimate of y for a given value of x. So, after you find the estimate of y for a given value of x, should you also not be interested in knowing that the estimate is reliable or not? Should you also be interested in knowing that the estimate is really reliable or not? Is it accurate or not? Can you trust on that estimate or not? Let us say that you are a businessman. You are interested in knowing what will be the demand for a particular price. So you find the regression line and you estimate the demand for price of 50 rupees. You find out that when the price is 50, demand would be 100. So accordingly you can take the decision. Should you make the price 50, should you increase it or should you decrease it? Now when you estimate that price is 50, the demand is 100. You are also interested in knowing, is this estimate accurate or not? Can you rely on that estimate? Can you trust on that estimate or not? That reliability, trustworthiness of estimate, accuracy of estimate is tested by coefficient of determination. This helps you in knowing whether your estimate is reliable or not. You can depend on that estimate or not. How come? Understand it. We know that R is correlation and I have taken modulus, means ignoring the negative sign. If your answer comes near to 1, between 0.5 and 1 is near to 1. Between 0 and 0.5 is near to 0. So if your answer comes near to 1, then you can depend on the estimate, trust on the estimate. If your answer comes near to 0, then you cannot depend on the estimate, you cannot trust on the estimate. You can see here I have used the sign equal to, here I have not used. Means if your answer comes, you will include it in the category of valid. 0.5 you will not include in the category of not valid. 0.5 means we will say it is near to 1. Okay, now why do we say that if your answer comes near to 1, we can trust on the estimate? If correlation is near to 1, then can I say that your diagram will be something like this? Close to a straight line. Or if it is negative, then it will be like this. Close to a straight line. Okay. Now here if you find a regression line, yesterday I told you in scatter diagram we make a line passing through all the points. Can you see if your answer of correlation is near to 1, the error is very less? Can you see that or not? The error is very less. Error is very less means can you depend on the estimate or not? The answer is very accurate, you can depend on the estimate. But if your answer comes near to
0,
means can I say this would be the kind of relationship in scatter diagram? And if it's negative, this would be the kind of relationship. Here if you make a regression line, does the error increase or not?
yes,
Means the chances of relying on the estimate decreases. So if your correlation is coming near to, means your scatter diagram is close to straight line. That's why we say that the assumption of linearity is valid. If you remember, we studied in the last chapter that there are two assumptions of Karl-Pearson's correlation. One is that there is linear relationship, and second is that there is cause and effect relationship. So we need to find out when we are assuming that there is linear relationship, is that assumption valid or not? And when is that assumption valid? When your correlation comes near to 1. If it comes near to 1 means the linearity assumption is valid. And because it comes near to 1, error is less. And because the error is less, you can trust, you can rely on the estimates what we are going to find. If your answer comes near to 0 means the linearity is less. It is less linear correlation. Less linear correlation, low degree of correlation means you cannot depend on the estimate. So we say that the assumption of linearity is not valid, and so we cannot depend on the estimate what we are finding. So generally, after we find the regression line and after we find an estimate, we should also find coefficient of regression. This will help us in finding whether our estimate is correct or not. Can we rely and trust on that estimate or not? Is everyone okay with it? Anyway, we are supposed to find this only if it is asked in the question. And same way, we already practiced in the last chapter how to find R. We'll find that R, and then what will you do after your answer? You will square it. Is everyone clear with this? So, write on this. This diagram you need not write, that was just for explanation. Anyone who did not understand the concept of coefficient of determination? So why do we find coefficient of determination? To find out? To find out what? Reliability of our estimate. If our correlation coefficient square comes near to 1, means it is near to straight line. So the estimate is reliable because error is less. If it comes near to 0 means it is away from straight line. So the estimate is not reliable because the error is more. Is everyone of you clear with that? Anyway, as I said, we will find this only when asked, otherwise not. So let us start with the practical questions. Today we will take up with small value questions like we did in correlation, where the values are less than 20. So we shall be applying which formula when the values are less than 20? Third formula. N sigma xy, numerator will remain same, n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y. All of you have written that whole formula as this one time. Upon n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. Now, in this chapter, we have one working less. In the last chapter, what are the three workings we used to obtain? Squares and product means x square, y square and x bar, or u square, v square and uv. For x minus x bar square, y minus y bar square, x minus x bar into y minus. In this chapter, you will make one working less. You will not find y square. You will not find v square. You will not find y minus y bar whole square because of second rule. What was the second rule? Denominator will include only x. So y square is not required, v square is not required, y minus y bar whole square is not required. But if coefficient of determination is as it is required, because for finding correlation coefficient y square is needed, v square is needed, y minus y bar square is needed. If coefficient of determination is asked, then our workings will remain same as last chapter. If coefficient of determination is not asked, then one working will decrease. What will we not find? Y square or v square or y minus y bar whole square. Got it, everyone? If coefficient of determination is asked, all the workings. If coefficient of determination is not asked, what we need not find? Y square we need not find. V square we need not find. Y minus y bar whole square we need not find. Okay. Look at exercise 3.1 question 1. Anyone still writing this coefficient? Raise your hand. So same as the last chapter. One question I am doing on the board, one we will do it together, and one you will try on your own. Page 124, exercise 3.1, question 1. Understand the things first. Are the values small or big? Small. You can see all the values are up to 20. From only one is 21, that we can ignore. Only one value is big, otherwise majority are small. From the following data of price in rupees, can you see below the price is the first information? It is the independent variable. Price does not depend on demand, demand depends on price. So what will you mark this price as? X. Mark it as X. In the first sentence also, underline price and mark it as X. And demand in 100 units, mark it as Y. Remember, demand is expressed in 100 units. Means, can you see below the first demand is 18? Actually, it is 1800. Second demand is 1200. That way, but instead of writing in hundreds, they have just written 1812, and in bracket they have mentioned they all are in 100 units. Is everyone clear with that? Of a commodity. Obtain the regression line of underlying demand. What did we denote it? Write down Y below that. Underline on. Underline price. What did we denote? So can I read it as Y on X? Yesterday, if you remember, I told you, you have only one line in your syllabus. Y on X. So even if you don't do this exercise in all the questions, you can always assume that you are going to be asked Y on X only. Okay, but I will be making you underline in every question, so that you understand that we are finding Y on X, not X on Y. Suppose they would have asked the question, obtain the regression line of price on demand. Then we have to find X on Y. That is also possible to find, but you don't have it in your syllabus. Got it, everyone? For the next sentence, also estimate the demand. Align it. Mark it as Y cap. Is it or not? We studied yesterday, estimate is denoted by cap. So estimate the demand means we will find Y cap. When underline price, mark it as X, is 20, means whatever final equation we will find of Y on X, in X we will substitute 20 and get the value of Y cap. Whatever equation we will be finding for Y on X, in our final equation in X we will substitute 20 and find the value of Y cap, which is estimate of demand. Is everyone of you clear with this? Now price is given and demand is given. If you remember last chapter itself, I told you all the questions, first thing what you will do is X bar and Y bar. So up till X bar and Y bar, first all of you write it on your, and denote X and Y also. Means first you will say let price in bracket rupees be X. Further let demand in bracket 100 units be Y. You'll write the values of X and Y and obtain X bar and Y bar. Compulsory X bar and Y bar will be required in all the questions. What is the formula of A? Y bar minus B X bar. You cannot find A without X bar and y bar. So every question you have to find x bar and y bar first. Okay? And that practice we are doing since last chapter itself. So all of you complete up till x bar and y bar first. X bar is 16 and y bar is 10.
Yes.
Raise your hand who is still writing up till y bar. No? Completed. Manship. Everyone has completed up till 10. Now as I said in this chapter we don't have to find is coefficient of determination asked. So y square is not required. Only two workings, x square and xy. What is not obtained? Y square. And y is everyone clear with that because our denominator includes only x. Alright everyone, this workings we have been doing in the last chapter. So Varun, tell me x square. One? 144. Use the calculators. 12 square 144. Further? Yes, all of you able to get this? 324, 441. Okay, 144, 196, 225, 256, 324 and 441. 12 square is 144, 14 square is 196, up till 21 square is 441. What is the total?
1586.
1586. Any confusion in that? Then, square xy? 216, 168, 150. Yes? 128. 18 into 7 is 126. And 21 into 5 is 105. Are you all clear with that? 12 into 8, 216. 14 into 12, 168. Up till 21 into 505. What is the total?
898.
Raise your hand who is still writing up till here. Shall I proceed further? Now listen carefully, the pattern will remain exactly same what I made you write yesterday. So if you remember yesterday we started with regression line of y on x is given by. The pattern will remain exactly same. So below y bar now write down regression line of y on x is given by y cap is equal to a plus bx. Any confusion so far? Okay, this we have written yesterday. Further, where b is equal to bxy. Do you remember this? Sorry, b by x. Because we are finding regression line of. So here b denotes b by x. And how do you read this as? Regression coefficient of y on x. B stands for regression coefficient and yx means of y on x. What two things does this b indicate? slope of regression line, and change in y due to unit change in x. 6 formulas I gave for b. Based on this, which formula we are going to apply? Third formula, that is n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y. Numerator will remain same. For the denominator will include only x. So n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square. And we square the denominator, so square root will get cancelled. Any confusion in this? And that's the reason we did not find y square, because y is not included in denominator. Any confusions up till here? Now we put the values. How many values are there total? 6. So n is 6. Total 6 pairs are given. Now see the working. Sigma xy we got 893 minus sigma x we got 96. Understand it properly because next question I'll ask again, okay? Sigma y we got 16. Divide by, again n is 6. See sigma x square we got 1586 minus sigma x we got 96 whole square. Here directly we take it. Sigma x we got 96 whole square. Alright everyone? Any confusions in this? Okay, are you with it? Now, 6 into 893. 5358. Yes, brother. 96 into 60.
5760.
5760.
9516.
6 into 1586. 9516.
9216.
96 square 9216. Any confusions? Ask the further. Minus 402 upon 300 minus 1.34. Now listen everyone. Price and demand have inverse relation. So it's coming minus 1.34. Now what does this indicate? Understand? As I said, B means change in y due to unit change in x. What is y in this question? What is x? B is coming minus 1.34 means if x will change, means price will change by 1 rupee. 1 unit means 1 rupee. Then demand will change by minus 1.34 into 100, 134 units. Single rupee you affect your price. You try to change your price. Demand will directly change by 134 units because it's expressed in 100. Means if you, negative means if you try to increase the price of your commodity by 1 rupee, demand will fall down by 134 units. And if you decrease the price of your commodity by 1 unit, demand will increase by 134 units. This is the concept of the change in y due to 1 unit of change in x. Understood this? Any confusions? Further, and A equals to, so complete pattern remains the same what we did yesterday, okay? A equals to y bar minus b x bar. Got it? Y bar minus b x bar. Did you write this? Now, what is y bar we got at the beginning? 10 minus, what is b we got? Minus 1.34. Okay, y bar is 10, b is minus 1.3, and x bar we got 16 in the beginning. Okay, so into 16. Now minus into minus will become plus. And 1.34 into 16? 21.44 plus 10, 31.44. Now again I discussed with you yesterday that A is the autonomous value of y, which does not depend on x. Even if x is 0, this much of y will take this. Means even if the price does not change. Minimum demand 31.44 into 100, 3144 minimum demand will always take place, whether you change the price or not. This is the autonomous demand, which irrespective of price is always going to be there. Your product's demand of 3144 units is going to be there. Is everyone clear with this? Now what we will do is, we will rewrite the equation again. In A we will put 31.44. In B we will put minus 1.34 and we will rewrite that equation again. Did you all write up till here? So below that write down, therefore, the regression line of y on x is, regression line of y on x is y cap equals to a plus bx. We will rewrite that once again. Did you write it? So y cap equals to, in A we will put 31.44. Now plus b, but b is negative. Our b value is coming negative. So instead of plus, you will write minus 1.34. Okay, b is coming negative, so minus 1.34 and x as it is. This is the first answer asked in the question. What was the first answer asked in the question? Obtain regression line of demand on price. This is the regression line of demand on price. 31.44 minus 1.34x. This is the first answer. For the next answer, it is as estimate the demand when the price is 20. Here in x now, we will substitute 20 and find the estimate of demand. So further you will say, if price equals to x equals to rupees 20, then y cap equals to 31.44 minus 1.34 in bracket. What will we substitute in x? 20. So y cap equals to 31.44 minus 26.8 means 4.64. Means if the price is 20, what will be the demand? 464. Because it is in 100 units. Anyway, you will write 4.64 only, and in bracket you will mention 100, which means actually 464 only in the demand. Got it, everyone? So this is the second answer asked in the question. Below that, write down thus: if the price is rupees 20, if the price is rupees 20, then the estimate of demand will be 4.64 in bracket, write 100, write in words HUNDRED 100 after the bracket units. Okay, 4.64 units. Any confusion in this? Yes?
Sir, can you explain that again? Why did we took 20 minutes?
Because it is asked, read the last point in the question asked. Estimate the demand when the price is rupees 20. Price is what we have denoted as. So price is 20 means when x is 20, what is the value of y cap? What is the confusion?
So that 96 and 20. X, that is also X 96.
There is sigma x that we have used in finding this equation. What is final question asked to you? Estimate the demand when the price is 20. So after getting this equation in x, if you substitute 20, which is the price, you will get the estimate of demand, and that is the purpose of finding the regression line. Why are we finding this regression line of y on x? To find the estimate of y for given values of x. For any value of x now you can find the estimate of y. That is the main purpose of finding this regression line. Did you understand this? Look at question number 2 be addendum. To study the relationship between the time of usage of cars, can you see below it's already denoted as x? So in this question we will not have to write let this be x and this be y. It's already denoted. And in time of usage of cars and market as x, and its average annual maintenance cost. Can you again see below it's already denoted as y?
Yes.
But in bracket it is expressed in. So again when we write our conclusion, in bracket we will have to write 1000 rupees. Now below that car is of no relevance. Time of usage of car is x and average annual maintenance cost is y. Now here it is directly given obtain the regression line of and like that y on x means this equation. Whenever they say find the regression line of y on x means we have to find this equation. Any confusions? Further, find and underline estimate of average annual maintenance cost. What will be denoted? Y cap. Mark it as y cap. When underline usage of time of car is 5 years. What is that? X. Mark it as x means after getting the equation, in x we will substitute 5 to find the value of y cap. Did everyone of you understand it? Up till x bar and y bar write it down. Do you all get 2.67 and 8.5?
Yes.
Raise your hand who is still writing up till y bar 8.5. Shall I proceed further? Thorough next square.
9, 1, 4, 4, 25, and total 52.
Total 52. Is everyone clear with this? Renuka XY.
35, 60, 40, 65, 24, 1,
1.
54.
54. All of you are able to get this? Try to obtain the formula. Regression line of y on x is given by y cap equals to a plus bx, where b equals to byx equals to n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y upon n sigma x square minus sigma x. So it's a very easy chapter. It is completely based on correlation, and that is the reason immediately after correlation we have taken it. Raise your hand who is writing the formula. Up till the formula still? Everyone has written up till the formula? Shall I proceed further? With a 6 into 154 minus 16 into 51. 6 into 52 minus 16 whole square. Is everyone clear with it? N is 6 sigma x by 154 minus sigma x 16 into sigma y 51 upon n 6 again into sigma x square 52 minus sigma x 16 whole square. Any confusion? Are there further?
924 minus 816 upon 312 minus 250.
Yes. 6 into 154 924 so now minus 16 into 51 816 6 into 52 312 minus 16 square 256. Okay, Amruta further.
108 upon 56.
108 upon 56, that is 1.93. Raise your hand. What does it indicate? Explain it. B equals to 1.93 means what? Explain it. Shivam?
The time of usage of car increase by 1 unit, then the average unit maintenance cost will increase by 1.
Correct. Be attentive. If x will change by 1 unit, means if the time of usage of car will change by 1 year, then y will change by 1.93 units, means average annual maintenance cost will change by 1.93 thousand rupees. If your car becomes 1 year old, then your average annual maintenance cost will come to rupees 1,900 every year will increase in every year of your car's life. The average annual maintenance cost will keep on increasing by 1,930 rupees. This is the meaning of it. Did you understand this, everyone? Any doubt in that? Further, okay, one more thing is asked in the question. I forgot to make you underline. At the underline also find its error. Yesterday we have seen the formula of error. Actual value minus estimated value. So that is extra thing we have to do it over. Now further, a equals to y bar minus bx bar. Write it down. So Roshan.
A equals to 8.5
Yes, see y bar is 8.5. If you can find that. Further.
minus 1.93
Minus 1.93.
into 2.6.
Or if you can see x bar is 2.67 into 2.67.
8.5 minus 5.1.
5.1 exact?
1.5.
3.35. Raise your hand. What does this indicate? 3.35. Autonomous value of average maintenance cost. Means even if you don't use your car, is it or not normally? Whether you use the car or not, but then if you don't use it for many years, after that you directly start use it, it will work? It will not work. So even if you don't use the car, minimum annual maintenance cost, how much is going to come? 3.35 thousand rupees. There is a value which does not depend on x, which does not depend on the use of car. Is everyone clear with this? We'll rewrite the equation, write it down. Regression line of y on x is y cap equals to a plus bx. Did you all write this? So, Kathy, how will we express this equation? How will we express this equation now?
3.35
Yes, in A we will put 3.35.
plus 1.93
Yes, here B is positive or negative? Positive. So plus 1.93x. This is one of the answers asked in the question. Okay, A is 3.35 plus B 1.93x. Any confusion in that? All of you have written up to the equation? Disha, what next?
y cap equals to 3.35 plus 1.90 into 5.
In x, what will we substitute? But you mentioned that if time equals to x equals to 5, then y cap equals to 3.35 plus 1.93 in x, we will substitute 5. So 3.35 plus 9.65, 13. So actually 13,000 rupees. If your car is 5 years old, then an average annual maintenance cost will come to 13,000 rupees. This is what it means. Understood that? So that will write below. Thus, but this second answer we will write first before the error. Thus, if the time of usage of car is 5 years, then estimated average annual maintenance cost will be rupees 13. In bracket write the word 1,000. Got it everyone? Now listen everyone, what is the formula of error I gave you yesterday? So can I write E equals to y minus y cap? Actual value is y minus estimated value is y cap. Got it or not? What is the formula of error I gave you? Actual value minus estimated value. Actual value means y value minus estimated value means y cap. Any confusion in this? Now see here, y cap is 13 when x is 5. Can I say when x is 5, actual value of y is also 13? When x is 5, actual value of y is also 13, estimate is also 13, no error. 13 minus 13, 0. Means 100% accurate answer, there is no error. Suppose it was asked when y equals to 2. What is 1.93 into 2? 3.86. 3.86 plus 3.35? 7.21. This is the estimate. But see here, when x is 3 then y is 10. Or when x is 3 even y is 8. So one value of error will come 10 minus 7.2. Okay. Then 2 the answer is 8 or 7. So one value of error will come 8 minus 7.21, that is 0.79. Another value of error will come 7 minus 7.21, that is minus 0.2. Understood that portion? But that's why they did not ask you 2 or 3 because it's repeated 2 times. That is the reason they asked you the error also for which value? Understood this? So actual value you get from the question and estimate you get from the answer. Any confusion with this error? All are clear with it?